Okay, let's jump back to my marketing lady. Remember, she had 5,000 rows of this data, and she had spent an hour typing, and I walk in and show her how to solve this problem. She has two reactions. The first reaction is she's upset that she wasted the hour typing all those names, but relieved that she's not going to be typing names for the next 3 hours. Well, I start walking towards the door of the marketing department, whistling a little tune, the tune that's, I just saved this lady 3 days worth of work, and all of a sudden from behind me, I hear a scream. Spun around on my heels, and I walked back. Well, the lady in marketing, who admittedly was new to Excel, said, I'm so happy with the data that I have in column D, I no longer need this data in columns A, B, and C. So therefore, I can delete it. And everything is gone. Oh, she's mad. Well, there's a t-shirt we sell at Mr. Excel that was born this day. It's called Step Away from the Keyboard. Of course, I hit Control-Z to undo. Everything comes back, and she starts breathing again. Well, what do we have to do here in column D to change those live formulas to values? Depending on how long you've used spreadsheets, your answer was either paste special values, or if you go back to the days of Lotus, you just said /range value. Or if you just started using Excel yesterday, you might have answered paste values. I don't know why they change the name of this every 10 years, but they do. Here's how we solve the problem. Select our formulas. I'll hold down the Shift key and down to select my entire range of data. Now I want to copy. I'll go to the Home ribbon. There's at least a half dozen different ways to copy. You use your favorite method. You can use the copy button on the Home ribbon. You can use Control-C. You can right-click and copy. I'm sure there's more. Control-C to copy. And now we need to paste these values right back on top of themselves, but as values. The new easy way to do this is to open the drop-down underneath the Paste button. You'll see that the button is actually two buttons. The top button is Paste, but the lower half of the button is a drop-down. In there, we now have an entry for paste values. Choose Paste Values, and you'll see in the formula bar that instead of a live formula, we now have the value. At this point, we'd be free to delete columns A, B, and C. I mentioned to you that every time I do my Power Excel seminar, someone shows me a brand new trick. It was just a couple of months ago that someone raised their hand at this point and showed me a trick that was so obscure, and I can't figure out how he ever figured it out. Now, my family is not a big Excel user, but when I got off the plane and we were having dinner, they said, hey, how was your seminar? I said, you won't believe this amazing new trick that I learned. And they just looked at me with this blank stare on their face. So I'm going to share it with you, and you tell me if it's not the most amazing thing you've ever seen. I'm going to hit Control-Z to bring back my formulas. I'll hit Escape to get out of the copy mode. So I've selected the formulas here, and I want to change these to values. It had to be the strangest combination of accidental clicking the mouse in order to figure this out. But watch, I love it. Go to the right edge of this selection. Right-click, drag to the right, drag to the left, let go, and a brand new menu pops up with Copy Here as Values Only. Did you get that? Let me try it again. We're going to go to the right edge of the selection, right-click, go right, go left, let go, Copy Here as Values Only. I love it. It's so obscure. I'm not sure that it's any better than any of the other ways. It's just so cool knowing something that none of the other 400 million people, well, okay, now you know it, and I know it. So there's this very small club. Anyway, it's a great trick. That's the kind of tricks that I learn when I go out and do my Power Excel seminar. Hey, feel free to drop me an email if you see something where you say, hey, there's a better way to do that. You can get 15 minutes of fame when I borrow your trick and put it in my next book. All right, let's move on.